welcome to BingeCast. I did it.
Well, you did it.
I did it.
You did do it.
Yeah, that took me 3 tries, but I did it. Are you proud of me, Mom? Oh, I looked up. I looked up like if she was dead. She's still very much alive.
Welcome to the chaotic 11th episode
11th episode
of the BingeCast.
That's so many episodes. I can't even count them on two hands.
Damn, actually, yeah, true. Yeah. Can't even count them 2 hands.
I can do this, and I'll still be wrong.
We're an 11th step closer to 50. I was about to say 1 step.
We are 1 step closer to 50. That's how that works.
Oh wait, yeah, true.
You fucking idiot. What? No, I cursed. No, it's not been 30 seconds.
Oh my god.
We're getting demonetized.
36.
I mean, I will.
We won't get money for this episode that nobody watched. We're like, what the fuck?
We still need
We
like 1 million more views to be able to even require what they need for the money. But that's fine.
We'll get that. These episodes, people will watch them back. Right now, nobody's watching them, but they'll watch it back.
Surely.
They will.
Surely. And we're gonna have to remove all of them for inappropriate content eventually, so that's fine.
That is true. Yeah, that is fine. We do need to. We're gonna get a new intro soon, guys. A new intro that's gonna be better. We're gonna make it ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Binge.
We're working on some ideas. That's what we're doing.
See,
we're beta testing.
It's been mentioned beforehand that I'm the musical genius. I would like to say that, of course, I am, and that was beautiful. I'm basically Mozart.
I feel like we should get a guitar intro because we obviously need to use your guitar skills.
Yep.
Don't say it's
no. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're definitely. I'm the new John Mayer, and none of you know about it.
Exactly. Yeah. You'll know about it soon, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I've been dabbling.
You've been dibble-dabbling
a little bit in dating.
Yeah, haven't we all?
Haven't we all? Right?
You know,
you're a new man. Just the man you were a year ago.
Yes. Aren't we all again? I guess.
I mean, no. Some people don't change.
That's fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's
some people stay in their own lane. They do their shit, and then they just like me.
Yep. Like this guy right here.
Yeah.
But you've been dibble-dabbling in what? Dating?
Yeah. Just not really dating in general, but like getting back into it.
Okay.
Slowly but surely.
Slow. Like a snail.
Right. I know my pace.
And that's 0.5 kilometers an hour.
Right now it is.
It's a school zone.
Exactly. But soon enough it'll probably get better. But you've succeeded in that era.
Yeah. I've had great success with dating apps. I suppose. With dating app specifically.
But that's the thing. Dating apps for me is just it just ain't the same feeling as I'm used to dating in the same sphere of people that I know. That makes the most sense to me. You know? Mm-hmm. So like, for example, I meet some people, then I have friends, and then I meet a friend of a friend. And that friend of a friend might turn into something.
Which I think, I genuinely think some people, it's hard, as a guy who has, met the person I'm seeing through a dating app, right? It's hard to say that one thing's better than the other, because I genuinely do think meeting people naturally is the best way. But I don't know, because then again, like maybe you meet the wrong person 10 times in real life, and then the right person shows up on a dating app randomly.
I think the biggest difference is you don't have the intent of dating immediately, which you do have on a dating app.
Yes.
So that's the clear difference, right?
100% agree.
That's a clear difference.
100% agree. Yeah.
So you can always just like it's easier to coast through it and be like, I'll see where this goes, and if it doesn't go anywhere, you didn't really do anything either.
100%.
So it's like whatever.
I mean, I think that's for me one of the big parts of why dating apps worked for me was that
it was direct.
It was direct, and you met up to the date knowing it was a date, and knowing it was like, we have at least on some level agreed to be romantically interested in you. Like again, at some very basic level, but like you've shown interest in me and I've shown interest in you.
Yeah.
So
we're both here for the same reason.
We're here for an actual date, where like if you meet up with a friend but that you're interested in or whatever, like the terms are weird and different, and maybe you're like, oh, I like you, and they're like, no.
And then you're like, okay, we'll never see each other again.
Yeah, exactly. At least with dates, you can honestly be like, hey, it's like the 4th date. I think you're cool.
Yeah, it's been a good run.
It's been a good run. I think you're a wonderful person, but it's me. It's not you.
I'm just figuring out my life right now.
Yeah,
and you're not in it.
Dude, I hate that trope when you're on a dating app, because that's happened to me. Where like, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. Well, what the fuck are you doing? Why did we go on 5 dates for you to figure this shit out?
That depends. Did they initially on their profile or whatever, or even in when you were talking together?
I feel like no one writes like the I'm just looking for a hookup, because
I'm just looking for something casual. I just want a situation.
Because I feel like I mean, some people probably do. I usually don't match with those people. That's the thing. Like I match with intent.
Oh yeah. So she basically like kind of lied.
Yeah, but it was just in all fairness, it was an excuse. To be like, it was
out of all excuses, that's such a bad excuse to pick.
Oh, but a lot of people do. Like, do
really?
Yeah,
I hate the. It's not me, it's you. For example, that's a meme. Like
that is
people shouldn't be doing that.
No, but you shouldn't be doing that.
I've had a long-term relationship where the worst one that I've heard, and that was after a long-term relationship. Was I need to find myself.
Which,
like,
but then again,
that one.
But then again, like that happens a lot when you're young, because you kind of do need to find yourself.
Yeah, but it's just like. No. I feel like.
I mean, I think we might disagree.
I mean, you do need to find yourself, sure.
Yeah.
But then you just say, like, because in my head, okay, if you need to find yourself, I can find you with you. You know what I mean?
But not always. I think
that means there's an underlying reason to why the relationship isn't working. So just come out and say it.
It's definitely also used as an excuse. Like, I'm not saying it's not used as an excuse.
It's like, let's not go deep into it. I just need to find myself.
Yes. But sometimes you can't find yourself with other people, tagging along. Sometimes you gotta go on your jungle road and find yourself.
This might be a white thing. It makes sense. I dated a white girl. It makes sense.
I mean, have I said this before? Possibly. But like,
because I would never say I would need to find myself. I'd say, okay, why can't I find myself? Okay, that's because this relationship isn't working for me because I need to be more independent. Yeah. So then I'll chalk it down to saying the actual reason, which is, hey, I just want to be more independent and, kind of stray away from being attached to someone. That makes more sense.
Yeah, but
and that's more descriptive and logical.
I agree, and we should all be more descriptive and logical, but it's hard, okay? It's not always easy.
The fucking hard.
It's not always easy to just come out and, like, after a relationship of, like, however many months or years or whatnot, hours for that matter. Maybe easier with hours, but like, be like,
after 2 years, it's pretty fucking hard to hear that.
Exactly. It's also hard to say. Like
I don't think it's hard to say. I think it's the easier thing to say. That's why people choose to do it.
No, that's what I mean. That is what I'm saying. It's saying that's the cop-out way of saying it. But like actually going in and saying, I don't want to do this anymore, it's not an easy conversation to have.
It's not, but
then it's a better conversation to have, I would arguably say. Because then it's like, put the shit on the table, be like, yo, this is not working. Oh, fucking out of it.
Yeah.
So in case any of you have any relationship issues, please write into us and I will gladly judge it. And we're gonna disagree.
Well, we'll take it on the Patreon. We'll take any.
Well, on the Patreon. Actually, we do have a Patreon, but I haven't. We do have a Patreon.
We have it, and it's fully maxed out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, obviously. I totally put a profile picture on it. It exists in the vastness of the internet.
But like, in that all,
nonetheless, dating's fucking difficult. Dating, you can't spell dating without difficult.
It is difficult, but it also, like, have you heard about that? That one study, Oxford study, that everyone references to,
maybe
with dating, and it's a weird subject. It's kind of like an iffy subject, but it's about the different races and races.
Yes.
And who not racist. And
we're pooling 10 races in a box. Who can agree?
So this guy likes.
Oh dear.
No, but so basically,
yes.
They see all the different races and who most likely picks who. If you can real quick search the Oxford study, from what I do remember, it's the fact that most people go for white women. I'm pretty sure.
Dating what?
Dating chart, right there.
Dating chart?
Yeah. Dating
the
chart.
Oxford,
not explain, just picture. Honestly, just picture. Because there's one picture.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. The first one.
Oh, the first one? Okay.
Yeah. Because it was something crazy.
Odds favor white men, Asian women on dating apps. That's the article.
I just need that picture.
No, I agree, and I'm just heavily trying to open that picture.
You can just zoom, no?
Open image, new tab. Holy fuck. No, because okay. It does work. It does work.
Okay, so we got men responding to women. Then we got. So you can see how all of them go for Asian women, which is
yes,
actually surprising. I didn't expect every race to go
with men responding to women.
Mm-hmm. So
Asian
most
men likes Latinos and black Latino and white likes Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and then women responding most to white. And then we just got black going fully to black. Our black queens love us.
I mean, hey.
Thank God.
Yeah. Good for them.
I don't know why I said thank God.
I don't know either, but you know. And then we got lowest response.
The other one's highest response.
Yeah, this is the most.
So that's actual chats versus those who don't get chat. Those who swipe right but get left swiped.
No, I would assume that lowest response rate just means like literally like the top portion of this picture is the highest percentage and the bottom portion is the lowest percentage.
Yeah, but what does the response rate mean? Does that mean response in chat? Or
it just means that
left?
Right. No, I think this is still matching. I would assume this is still people matching.
Oh,
so it's like Asian women, they don't fuck with black men. Yo, that's what it says. That's what it says, you know?
When I was in Japan, they definitely did, but yeah.
Hey, yo, calm the fuck down here. Hold your phone, buddy. Hold your phone.
Okay, and then all men didn't go for our black beautiful queens for some reason.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. That's crazy.
That is crazy. But that study, I've seen people like talk about it and pull it up here and there throughout like a year. I mean, but I've never looked at it like for real.
No.
I mean, I think it's a Tinder study, so it doesn't matter.
It 100% doesn't matter. Yeah. And I mean, we're gonna tie into this later, but Tinder is definitely the worst dating app of all.
Yeah.
Tinder is
it's the most useless one.
Miserable. And I mean,
you're the dating app expert. So let's hear you do a little, not a tier list, but like, which ones are the bad ones and the good ones?
I mean, I've only been on the big ones because there's like fucking Boo, which I've seen commercials for, and I don't know what the fuck
the one
about.
the one I saw that on Instagram. Yeah, like for gamers.
That's the funny thing because I remember Boo when I was like 18, and that was just a normal dating app, and now they found their niche of it being for gamers. And I fucking hate the commercials of like just some animated something. It's so difficult to find gamer boys. Like, no, it's fucking not. Let's be real here. All the gamer boys are thirsting for every single woman they can possibly meet. You know, if you're a gamer guy and like you meet someone. I hate that I pointed to myself because I am not that bad. But like,
if you're me,
no. If you're a basement dweller and you even meet a woman who remotely likes League of Legends or knows what Lux is,
you're suckling for that.
You're
suckling for that team.
You know, yeah, exactly. You didn't have to say that, but but yeah, you are. So the commercial specifically for Boo nowadays, it's a core problem for me.
So Boo shit.
Boo probably. I don't know. I never.
But like I know Hinge is one good one.
The big ones are like Hinge, Bumble. Tinder, and then I want to say there's a fourth one.
Oh, the one I used in when I was in Finland, Badoo.
Okay, sure. So let's just go with those four, right? Badoo, I don't know. I don't think maybe I've used it when I was younger, but no. Tinder's arguably no matter what the worst one. It's only for hookups, and you have to be insanely attractive to even get remotely any matches on that shit.
Yeah, I feel like Tinder. Whenever I go on Tinder. I haven't been on Tinder for like 3-4 years.
No, I mean,
but I'm pretty sure like it was always just someone promoting their Instagram.
That too.
Most of the fucking time.
So much of that.
There's so many people just promoting Instagrams.
And I mean, I think that's because Tinder's so accessible.
Yeah, it's the biggest one.
You just make it. You don't have to write a bio. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to you just have to upload 3 pictures. I think it's like the minimum, and that's it. Then you have a profile. So if you're a attractive motherfucker, easy point. You know. Whereas Hinge and Bumble, you actually have to put an effort to your profile. Like, it won't let you make the profile if you don't put in effort.
From what I remember, Bumble had the whole shtick with women has to
yes
write first.
They don't do that anymore. Now it's just but they do still make it so that one person has to reply to the other one and the other one can't.
Oh, so now it's just random instead of only the woman.
I think it's the person that initiated the like. That's my theory. I don't know.
The first one to like?
Yes, I think so. I think the first person to like is the person to
makes sense
to have to initiate it, which honestly Bumble was fine. I kind of like Bumble. It was too limited. You only had a certain amount of swipes, so you had
to pay
exactly. They were very money hungry, which I mean all of them are, to be fair.
They really all are. Like, this is one thing that I have a gripe with fucking dating.
And they're expensive. They're fucking expensive.
I think that the gold tier for Tinder, let's just take that one. It's insane. It's like 1,000 kroners, which is like $700.
I don't think it's that much, but it is. don't look at this. You can probably get like subscription keys, but just on their website what it actually costs.
Like it's 100% something crazy. It's maybe 500.
Oh, you can't see it. Tinder Platinum. See, there's more. There's like multiple tiers.
There's gold, platinum, diamond.
So you get Tinder Gold, and then there's Tinder Platinum because you didn't get enough with gold.
It's so dumb.
It is mad expensive. But so, no, I mean Hinge. Obviously, I have to say that because I met my current partner on Hinge. So like Hinge is.
No, Hinge is better. Hinge is.
It is. It just is better.
Hinge has more personal stuff.
Yeah.
Funny like
you get to be funny.
Yeah, and it's more of a like showing who you are.
Yeah,
and actually meeting new people.
It's like it's the app, which I mean, I hate the slogan. It's the dating app meant to be deleted. That's like there's literally
meant to be the what?
Meant to be deleted.
Ah. Oh, because you found someone.
Because you found someone, right? And it's funny, when I deleted it, they actually came up with like, because I went to
oh, you found someone? Did it say that?
Yeah, I went to delete my account, right? Like I didn't just delete the app because then the account would still be there. So I went to delete the account, and they were like, "Why are you deleting?" And the top one is like, "I found someone."
Yeah,
which is fun, you know.
That's good, so they can also collect that data from how many people have actually found someone. Yeah.
Definitely,
that's actually pretty nice.
But it's also the app where you get to meet people that, at least from my experience, are actually interested in dating. And doesn't just want to, you know.
Yeah, compared to Tinder, who just fucking added the new, like, now you can preferred height.
Which is fucking... Okay, well, let's establish one thing first. Men's version and women's versions are very different.
Of Tinder?
Yes.
What? It's not the same app?
No. I mean,
the experience. The experience. Oh, yeah, definitely.
The experience.
100%.
Very, very different. I have seen some of the shit that my women friends have been written, or like people have written to them.
Oh
yeah,
like, they get some crazy shit.
Dude, men are disgusting sometimes. Oh dear. But it is very fucking funny that you now, from what I've heard, can put the requirement of like 6 foot or like 180 centimeters.
But I don't know if that's bad or good. Honestly,
I think if you're less than 6 foot, it's bad. It's bad. But let's be real here.
I mean, we're not short kings. We're tall.
We're
emperors.
Tall Adonis.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know what it feels like to be a little king.
I have no idea.
But
I'm definitely not barely 6 foot in my passport.
Hey, bro, I'm 6'2", so I know my shit.
Yeah, and I'm 6 foot
1.
No, just 6 foot.
No,
exactly on the dot. Definitely, no doubt about it.
As a 5'9" denial king,
5'9".
Are you not?
You're
5'9".
It would be 5'11" 3/4.
Putting in quarters is crazy.
That's what I mean. If I put on shoes, I'm like way above fucking 6 foot. You know.
If I stand on my money, I'm 7 foot.
Let's be real. I mean, there's a big difference between money and my Nikes. But yes. But I mean, maybe. Is it a bad thing? It is a bad thing. It is a bad thing.
Because it's too much. It's like if men could put like preferred weight. It's stupid.
I do.
Because okay,
I kind of hate that argument.
I do
because I feel like that's what
it's
every,
the only
like,
logical one.
But that's what every bro one does. They're like, so
that's why I hate it too.
Let me measure your own waist, and they're like, and I don't know.
It's a bad comeback.
It's a bad comeback.
You should use it as a comeback. But at the end of the day,
in an ideal world, that wouldn't be a problem either way, right? Like in an ideal world, you just like someone for like who they are, no matter if they're like 3 inches shorter than you or they're a little bit heavier than you, whatever. Like that shouldn't matter.
Honestly, I've never come across the problem of being like too short, so I don't know. Like I honestly, I didn't think it was a thing or a problem before I really went on media, like online.
Sure.
Like when I was younger and shit.
Yeah.
Because I've never had anyone that I tried to date or do whatever with be like, you're too short.
And I think like honestly, I had a big revelation with that with being bald, right? Like I didn't date for a fucking while. Okay, so let's just picture they put in the whole thing of like you can sort in people with hair and without hair, right?
Yeah,
obviously. Had you like, but would it?
That would be insane.
But height,
because then you're basically what you're doing on the app is basically creating the human you want, and then you only get less matches.
Is that
you don't get to meet people?
That's the same with the height, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's fucked up.
So we are agreeing. We are agreeing. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucked up. What I'm saying is, it's becoming too nitpicky to the point where you're creating your dream version instead of meeting people and actually experiencing. I mean, something new.
Yeah. In general, I feel like people just care way too much about the whole appearance thing.
I mean,
because obviously
there's a fine line.
You have to have some attraction.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's not saying that. No one's saying you have to go get a gremlin in a basement.
Yeah.
You know, no. We fully understand. Everybody has to be attracted to each other. You know, for that whole thing to work.
Exactly.
But I think a lot of people like put the social status of social media and like you know, if you have a lot of followers, you get you get more attractive in a sense.
Yeah,
Even
if you got more money, you get more attractive. Exactly. There's a lot of factors.
There's a lot of factors. As a broke short king over here, fuck all that. Fuck all that noise, you know?
Just taking titles you don't need. You're not a short king.
And I'm also not broke, so.
Hey, damn. You heard this at first.
I'm also not rich, to be fair. I'm
middle class.
Not even, dude. I'm struggling over here. Please go subscribe to the Patreon. I fucking beg you.
Please. Like, I'm actually broke. Please do it.
Yeah, no. They're not going to him, but yes. But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, dating apps.
Do you have like any funny dating experiences?
I have terrible ones, but I don't.
Do you not have like I mean, you told about you told about one of them before.
Yeah,
but do you have any other?
I've had the one where I went to date in a foreign country, so not Denmark. So it was in English.
Yeah,
and
I mean, all of my dates have been in English in Denmark. So
yeah, exactly. Which I think is better because I vibe more. Maybe who knows? But so we went to this burger place. We had chatted a bit before, and that went well.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, how was the vibe? Was it
the vibe was she was laughing at my jokes.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I listened to what she was saying. She said she was like on a school for fashion designing and stuff,
which is cool.
I was like, interesting, sure.
No, yeah, that is interesting.
You know, good 3-day convo, and then I was like, hey, let's hop on a date.
Sure,
see what happens.
Which is what you should do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we hop on the date at the burger place, and we eat, and she turned out. Now, I was a bit surprised when I saw her, just a little bit, because she was bougie as hell.
Okay.
When I say bougie, it was full designer clothing.
But you didn't get any of that from the pictures? I mean, I'm asking.
No, because I'm fairly used to in Denmark, you know. I don't want to say it again, but I like white girls of upper middle class.
Sure.
That's my specialty.
Okay.
That's my specialty. Okay. I cook in those situations.
Okay.
Right?
He do be cooking the upper class white girls. That's what he be cooking.
I cook in those situations, right?
Okay.
So like I wasn't really surprised. She just looked like any Danish girl, like on the pictures, right? On the pictures and stuff. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then we go on the date, and she rocked up in but it not because it didn't annoy me, scare me, anything. I was just like, oh, okay, fair enough. It was like an observation.
This is what this is. Yeah.
Huh?
This is what this is.
Yeah, this is what this is. So I was like, whatever. Personality matters. Like, let me see. Let me see what she's about.
Yeah.
We talk, and then I just she was completely different. Completely different. I said we didn't vibe with the jokes that I made. She didn't really make it a joke. She just made like snark comments.
Okay.
And it was just, I'm not going to explain the whole date because it was more uncomfortable than it was funny.
Okay. I see.
To the point where I just I think the last 5 minutes I just did small talk that was acceptable. And then I was like, I'm gonna eat this fast. I just ate my burger. I was like, but the worst part is the burger was fucking good. Like it was so good.
Yeah, I was almost about to say I hate when that happens, but I've never gone on the first date in that situation where you go to eat, because that's like the one rule is never go out to eat.
I didn't know that then because it was like my second date ever.
No, which is fair because Americans do that apparently. Like that's a whole thing over there.
Right. I want to talk about that right after about the dating being a whole American thing.
Oh, dude, fuck.
But so the date is going horrible, but still respectable, right? And then she doesn't really notice it. Like she in her head, I think she was like, "This is going okay."
Yeah,
because she was surprised by the fact that afterwards. Okay, wait. Let me first go through it. I eat my burger, and then whatever. She's done with her food, and we still have a little bit of small talk. I'm carrying the conversation. It's on my back.
Oh yeah,
and my
shoulders hurt actually.
It hurt.
Like, Sisyphus up the mountain.
I felt the pressure of the conversation because of the fact that it was more like So I was like, oh, she wants to get out of here fast. I want to get out of here fast. Let's get it done fast. So I tell the waiter, hey, can you get the check? And then it ensues. It ensues. Oh, he asked the question. Are you gonna split the check? And
yes.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna split it because I'm not gonna see her again. And this is a very hot topic.
It is, and I would kind of like to get your take on that topic.
Yeah, I'll get my take as soon as I finish.
We'll do it after. Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh, you're gonna split it?" And then I'm like, and the waiter was visibly uncomfortable. So he
obviously,
yeah,
like you're the waiter, you're standing there like, so do you guys want to split the bill?
Yeah,
and you're like,
yes,
and she's like, excuse me, exactly. You want to split the bill?
No, and she said it. She said it in. She said like some word in Finnish first. So she was like shocked. She's like, some word in Finnish, and then like, what? Excuse me, like what? And I was like, listen. I was
you
in the
might be
spot
bad
there.
as hell, but let's be real here.
Mind you, this is my first, second date of all time on a dating app. My first one went well, but like that you know became a situationship. That was fine. This one, I've never experienced like a bad date, so I was like, So I said, what did I say? I was like, yeah, of course we're gonna split the bill. Like, of course, like we're not gonna see each other again. And then the waiter just slowly walks away, mind you. While all this is happening, I see him.
Honestly, I'd fuck with the waiter.
Yeah, the waiter was a nice guy too. Like I can see him from the hook,
the fucking eyeliner.
My peripheral vision.
Peripheral vision.
Yeah, I just see him walk out slowly while she's like, "Why would you split the date? Why would you pay for it?" I was like, and then I really wanted to say, "Bitch, you got all of this designer clothes on you, and you're out here talking about what should be paid and not." But when you gave me one word answers throughout half of the conversation, like, what do you think this is? I wanted to say that, but then I just went like, listen, we're gonna split the bill and we're just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna see each other again.
Sure.
And then she was angry. She muttered some stuff, and from what I remember, it's a long time ago, and I was like, whatever. And then the waiter, I see him down the spot. I was like, please come back.
Yo, buddy, please fucking help.
Please give me the fucking check so I can go out of here, pay for my burger, my drink, and never see this bitch again. Like, please, I beg you.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So that's definitely the worst experience I've had with a woman, even like anything.
Anything?
Okay, no.
Not men. Men's been way worse. Fucking got him. No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like the split thing, right? Because it's a huge topic.
It's a huge topic. I've argued this with my sister.
But what's your take? Okay, what is your take?
My take is,
because I have one too.
If the date goes amicably.
Amicably?
That's
a big word.
But amicably,
I don't know
like,
what that means.
Respectful, and it's just like, hey, maybe our personalities don't match, but I still like her vibe, but it's not my vibe. I'll pay for it. Like it all depends on that. But when it goes bad to the point where it's just like you're basically here for free food type shit, just get out of my face. You ain't getting no free food.
Yes,
you're not getting anything.
I agree fully. I mean,
my sisters are like, no, the man always pays.
Which is funny that I'm not gonna start that. I agree with you in a sense, right? Because and this sounds so privileged to say, but I've never been on a bad date from my point of view. I don't think I've ever.
That's not privileged. I think mine is a very like off, very low chance of getting.
I mean, maybe, maybe, or maybe it's just the type of women that I don't know. Because usually when I see, cause my type's not your type, and we've established this, and we will continue to establish this, that we have very different types of women.
We do,
big time. I like the basement dwellers, I suppose. No, that's mean.
You gotta be careful what you say.
But I do not mean. I do not mean her. I do not mean her. Obviously.
Look at him panicking.
Well, yes, because I didn't mean that. I'm in podcast mode.
No.
But yeah, I don't. We have different types of women, and
we have different tastes.
Yes, 100%.
And personality, but I think you still meet someone shitty for your personality, for what you like.
Oh yeah, I've been fortunate to not have that, I guess. But it's just every time I've been on a date, it's been like I will kind of just initiate the payment and be like, I'll get it, don't worry about it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, 9 out of 10 times, 9.5 out of 10 times, they've all been like, no, let's split it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, actually, yeah. Because all good dates, they try to split it, and they're like, no, I got this.
Because I think they think the same thing as you a lot of the time. It's just like also with the whole wanting to be more independent and having to let go of that whole fucking man pay shit. That's the type of woman I usually like. Is the one that are like not a part of the old patriarchy idea of thinking. I like a strong woman. I like a strong woman. You know,
I'm a strong, independent woman,
so they can cradle me. I want to be cradled like a baby. Exactly. That's me right here. Exactly.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know. So I've paid for dates, sure, but I've never had a bad experience with it, with them expecting it. But I guess I also initiate it.
Yeah, but when I go on to a good, like a date where I'm like, this is a good feeling.
Yeah,
we've been vibing in the chats, FaceTiming, whatever.
Then you want to pay.
Then I'm already going in like I'm paying for the whole shit.
Exactly. You want to have a good
that's the first thought of it. But if it goes horribly wrong, then it's like, hey, I go my way, you go your way. I pay for my shit, you pay for your shit.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
But I mean, yeah, I fully agree, and that's why we need more. And this is kind of just a dating episode so far.
Yeah, but honestly, we do have other subjects, but I do kind of like talking about the whole dating thing.
Dating's fun,
and like women. But is it fun? I myself.
That's why I wanted you to go out more. I wanted you to go out on more dates.
I listen. I've come to a stale age for a little bit, or like a time in my life.
Yeah,
where I'm like, you know what?
That's fair. I had that too.
I'm not dating specifically. I might still fool around here and there with someone at a party when I'm drunk or whatnot. But like dating specifically, I haven't really been looking for love since my ex personally.
Yeah, and that's fair.
But I am feeling that feeling of what I need it again. I need to be cuddled again.
Yeah, exactly. That feeling of like someone would be nice to have around.
Just someone right now,
that
right here would be nice.
That isn't Vidal. Just fucking being annoying as shit. You know?
Yeah. And
I need someone to distract me from every time Vidal asks me to play Valorant.
Really, really. And I need someone I can actually just enjoy life with.
Yeah.
A journey, or not a journey, a companion through the journey. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no. I fully agree, and we need to get you out of the dating market. I don't know how we do
the dating apps are shit.
No, but that's why I said the dating market. Calm down, buddy. The dating apps are. I don't.
But I think that's the best opportunity. Honestly, at this age,
I saw a crazy stat like not that long ago. How many couples in 2025? In 2025 is from dating apps. It's a pretty fucking absurd stat.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's like 45% is insane.
And that's half the people that are in relationships nowadays are from Tinder or Hinge or whatever the fuck. Like it is just the best. It's not the best way of meeting, but statistically, one of the best ways of meeting it, because this is followed by 33% meeting through a friend and 32% of concerts and festivals.
Well, that's not really
I love how we both are like, what?
I mean, that's hookups for me personally. Concerts, festivals falls into the same category as parties. But then meeting through a friend is the same as getting invited to an event or something.
But isn't it crazy that it is the highest percentage? No, it has to be. No, all of this doesn't give 100%. So I don't know how they made this.
No, that's why I think the state of dating in 2025 Forbes 45, 33, 32, and 70, 27.
Yeah, no, all of that does not. That's way more than fucking 100%. So I don't know how they did this. But 27% on social media sounds kind of crazy, because it's the motherfuckers who would be in the DMs.
True, just going into Instagram and be like, hey mama, how you doing?
Hey, then they try on every one of them. Every bad bitch they see, they're like, oh.
But that makes sense though, because 25% on social media is it being the lowest one makes sense, because all the creeps are the social media ones as well. Like just unprompted.
But that still means 27% of it worked for. With 27% of it worked for. Which is fucking crazy.
Wait, it might mean 27% in social media out of 100% in social media. So it's 100% of that thing, and then 27% of.
I mean, maybe.
Of that worked.
I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, because 27% works, and then the other.
And I mean, again, this is in the US.
Yeah, in the US, definitely. But like again, coming back and reeling back into the fact that dating in Denmark and dating in America, two completely different things.
Vastly different things. As someone that's done both, vastly different things.
Exactly. Like you're pretty comfortable with dating apps and going on an actual official date, whereas for me, that's weird.
No, and I agree. I think it's way more common outside of Denmark and Europe, maybe. I don't know. But
I think all of Europe is probably the same. Like going on to dates is something I do with my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go on a date on Thursday.
Okay.
We're just like, hey, we're going for dinner, right?
Okay. But I think a date could be anything. A date could be a walk in the park.
Yeah, anything, right? Yeah, I mean, sure, but like, that we're gonna have a date night type shit.
Okay.
Where we specifically
I'll follow your thought and not interrupt. What do you
follow my thought. What I'm saying is, like, mostly in Danish relationships, like you meet through whatever, then you get into a relationship.
Sure.
And then if schedules are not matching up, you're like, hey, we're gonna have a date night where we specifically go out to just enjoy each other's time, even though we're together 24/7, like at home and whatnot. But then we're gonna have some time scheduled to be together.
Yes,
like,
to do something special.
Yeah, something special.
Yeah.
And that's a date for me. That's a date night. But that's what a date is in my head.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just feel like date night and date are two different things.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Which I found out after, like, the whole, like...
Oh, I see.
After the apps came to Denmark.
Yeah.
It changed a bit, right? Because now it's way more Americanized. Where it's like, you meet someone for the first time and like, hey, we're going to go on a date and we're going to... see if we're gonna love each other in the future.
Yeah. You're not.
It's a weird concept.
You're not wrong in that concept. It's just a little fast, buddy. That wouldn't get you very far.
No, but that's the whole reason.
I agree. Yeah,
that's 100%. The whole reason why you're. It's like, hey, we're gonna see if we can work on a relationship. Yeah, let's meet for the first time.
Which I agree.
That is weird.
That is
I need to know someone first before they even come to, like, you know, the status of being eligible
for dating.
No, be eligible for, like.
Yeah, for
I'd rather you be
that's
a friend
what the dating
first.
part's about, right? Like, the dating part is just like it's a pre-relationship fucking test, I guess. You meet up, you date before you come in a relationship, and then you can have date nights during a relationship. Sure.
Yeah, sure. But no. What I'm saying is, what am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying I'm not uncomfortable, but I'm like a bit shocked by the idea of, hey, let's meet for this intention direct. I'm way more used to subtle shit. I'm way more used to, you know, you meet someone.
So what you're saying is you're him, I guess. You're him.
I'm not saying I'm him.
I'm not saying I'm him. I'm just saying whenever I went to a party, I got some shorty on my...
What I'm saying is, like, it's way easier to gauge someone when you meet them without the intention of that first. It's, you know...
That's where we're different. Because I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
I really like having that little check mark of, like, you've at least shown interest in me. I need that. I cannot flirt because then it's the whole boundaries thing and like I don't know.
Yeah, but boundaries are good.
And I'm very but I'm on the too much spectrum. Like, I'm too scared. I'm too fucking scared to make any sort of move, even if they seem very interested in me, if I don't know that they are at least a little bit interested in me. Like they have to give me the fucking declaration of independence in my
declaration hand. Of, hey, I'm interested in you, exactly. And they sign a contract. Okay, now we're good to go.
I need that. If not, I become very awkward, and I just literally miss every single fucking thing.
Damn it. Maybe I'm just so used to the, you know,
I just knowing someone different in that sense. There's nothing wrong with either one.
No. As soon as, like,
still put
just be like, you know, you a friend of a friend, and then you get to a party together, you drink a little bit, and then you talk and you get deep. There's the looks, there's the eyes, there's this and that, and you start to flirt a little bit, and then you're like, okay, yeah, this is something. This can become something.
Sure, yeah.
And then it grows from that. And then, you know, I'm way more used to that because that was the original, I guess, thing in Denmark. I feel like it's new.
In the world. In the world,
I mean,
before anything, right?
Of course,
that's how everybody met.
I'm saying specifically,
unless it was arranged marriages, which
I mean, arranged marriages make it easier, to be honest.
Yeah, but then you have to be married. I mean, you don't have to. Okay,
it's like a lotto.
Then you could potentially get married to someone that you despise.
Yeah, of course.
Which
it's a lot of. I mean, you might like them, you might not. it's literally
you're fucking. Which I guess if you go on every day, you might like them, you might not. You know, that's the. Except here you're stuck with them on paper.
Yeah, but that's fucked up.
Which is fucked up. I mean, one thing that is kind of funny about this, like if we're looking at the screen, meeting place online video games is kind of high.
I mean, that makes sense with Discord.
All of this still doesn't make sense because this is way more than 100%. So I don't understand how they fucking did this. 25% of what? You know?
Where do people meet their dates? Is the overall like subject or title?
Yes, and
people meet most dates in online dating apps.
Online dating apps, 44%. The second one would be concert festivals. Yes, as you read, is social club, hobby, running clubs. I've heard honestly,
any type of social gathering.
Yes, but running clubs are the fucking shit right now. I'm not kidding you. I'm not fucking kidding.
I'm not joining a running club.
No, me fucking neither. but like I have heard. I have a friend that I used to do music with who I follow on Instagram, and he's like this trying to be social media guy. And he's such a good dude. But ever since he met his girlfriend through a running club, I see that motherfucker uploading stories every fucking Sunday morning at 7 p.m. running. It's the Barine Coffee Club, and they're just running down whatever the fuck. It's like, I love my girlfriend. We met on here, and I'm like, good for you.
We're just running
buddy.
it down.
We're just running it down real time.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Hobbies and like clubs, like
100%.
You like guitar, I like guitar.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes.
We both go to the guitar club. We play guitar together.
That one makes more sense to me than dating apps. You know, that would be a natural thing for me too as well.
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
What?
Why don't you do that?
Why don't I do that?
Yeah, join a
hey, listen, don't pressure me right now. I feel pressurized. I don't like feel pressurized.
Join a board games club. I need someone to go on double dates with, man.
You know what? I'll join a D&D club.
Honestly, you can meet some interesting people.
Interesting people in D&D.
Fun people, you know?
I don't know. It's.
I mean, kind of funny you mentioned it because we did do improv recently.
We did. Oh my God,
do improv.
We did do improv. That was interesting.
Yeah, and you could have met, you know, the love of your life on improv.
But there was a lot of types of people.
There were
at that improv.
Yeah, I mean, one of them was 70, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shoot.
Most of them were young. But there was a couple that was, you know.
But like, yeah, if I definitely continued that improv, like, because we did a free trial basically.
100%.
Where we took one class.
Imagine we were paying for shit. Fuck no.
Yeah.
We need the Patreon to do that.
Yeah, no. But we did one little free trial.
It's just like an intro course.
Yeah, that's the word.
Like, what is this about?
Exactly. Kind of, yeah. And we did that, and it was interesting.
It was.
We learned a little.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
That last thing.
The last exercise we did.
Yeah, that was the best one. That was funny as fuck.
We did like an exercise where we had to get 5 or 6 people in a row. Everybody was watching them. And then is it the word, the spelling bee you're talking about? The spelling bee?
Either one. But the whole premise is you only say one word at a time to create one coherent story about a random subject. Yeah, which is fun. So let's say, you know, with the Wikipedia one.
Yeah, you had to be a spelling bee, right? Like you had to be a spelling. So someone would say a word and someone said Wikipedia. We had to spell Wikipedia one by one. So we had to be W, I, blah, 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 blah. And then once you were done, you had to bow. Wikipedia. Or whatever the word was.
I thought the other one was funnier though, with them actually being Wikipedia. That was the best one.
ChatGPT, that's what he called it.
ChatGPT. Sorry,
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, they called him ChatGPT.
That was actually really fun. That's why I kind of was down for doing it, because I thought we were doing that. I was like, this sounds fun.
Exactly.
And then we had to explain Wikipedia, and I was like, this kind of is fun.
I was so bummed out that I didn't get to do it. He only did it 2 times. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, you could have just walked up.
I thought he was going to do with everybody.
Nope.
Only 2
Improv's all about being front and center and taking up the goddamn stage light, because that's theater for you, buddy, and you wouldn't get it if you didn't go on a stage. I don't know why I turned something there.
I mean, I've been on a stage before. Santa Lucy.
That's a deep cut to every Danish childhood.
That's like the only one I've been on. Is it? I'm trying to think. Have I had any performative things in my life? Like, have I ever?
Have you never done anything? Like anything performative? I'm thinking,
but like memory wise, no.
No, really,
not really.
Did you do like a school play at some point? Like in the 3rd grade, you did fucking Hansel Gretel, or like
no, because back then I was gangster, so I was like.
Well, then you did perform a lot because this guy's not.
I was like, nah, that's for nerds.
We had to do it.
Huh?
Yeah. No, we had like a.
No, it's only if you joined the theater club.
No, we had to. Everybody had to do it.
What?
At my school, yeah.
Well, did you go to a theater school?
No.
Then why the fuck did you all have to do it?
It was just like a thing for the parents. I don't fucking know.
Wait, no.
Yeah, it was just like a dumb theater thing. Like you want your 3rd graders. Like
okay, it could have happened in 3rd grade, but I don't remember it happening.
It's stupid.
If the whole class went up, I don't feel like that's not performative really. I feel like
you on your center stage,
like center stage or school play.
Mm-hmm, okay.
Where like I'm playing Hansel. It's like, oh my love, I want to see you again.
That is Romeo, but yes. Hansel and Gretel got lost in the woods. You dumb fuck.
Oh, that's right. Wait, that's right. Oh, the witch. Please
don't eat me.
Yeah, please.
I would make a horrible stew. I taste very not good.
You know, something like that. But I do remember. Oh,
Did you guys never like do like a rap thing or anything?
A rap thing? Did you never rap on stage? You know, since you're
I'm
black?
saying that because we did that in like English class. We had to do like a rap thing sometimes.
No, but you didn't do it on stage. You did it in front of the class. Sure, I've done a lot of performance shit in front of class. No, but that's normal.
We did Nick and Jay. Me and like a couple like we had music class. But not like a music class where to play stuff. Music class in like public schools where it's whatever the fuck.
But in front of the whole school?
It was in front of the whole grade.
Yeah,
so, which was 100 people for us. So that's quite a lot of people.
I mean, the only thing I've done in front of the whole grade is what is it called? Joanna. Joanna. That one.
Siden dag, hvor vi
ikke bare skal passe sig selv.
Slå hinanden.
Exactly. Because our good old teacher, old Ole.
Oh, you're doxing that guy right now.
Yeah, old Ole, gamle Ole. He was the man, but I performed with like 4 or 5 other people.
Okay.
Where one of them had a guitar.
You did do that.
Yeah, but that's like choir. I don't feel like you're really performing because you're hiding in between people.
If like, 5 people? It's hard to hide between 5 people.
I think we're 5 because it was the he picked out some from our class.
Okay,
like 6.
Because like I'm thinking, if it's a whole stage filled with like 30 fucking kids, I kind of agree with you. I agree with you. That's
we were like 7 or something.
Okay, maybe that's kind of.
And then it was in the middle of the what is it, aula?
Aula, the main hall.
The main hall.
Yeah.
Of a big ass old school in Copenhagen, and then we performed that.
Yeah.
And that was a banger song. So I was just
probably sucked ass.
What? No, I was good. I hit all the tones. That's why I got picked. I was the man.
I see.
Old Ole knew my talent. He knew my goddamn talent.
He knew the potential.
He knew the potential.
And then he gave the fuck up after hearing it.
Yeah. He never talked to me again after that one.
Like, Abdi, I apologize for letting you do that. That is on me as an adult. I should have warned you beforehand before going embarrassing yourself.
I think the only reason I got picked was like, who wants to do it? And I was like,
which is cool, honestly. Which is cool. I was the opposite. I was fucking towering in the corner. I was like, nope, do not fucking look at me.
Just let me sing, but don't look.
But the issue,
just listen.
But no, this was before singing. Singing is a later thing.
Oh,
I was like, wait, 15 when I like kind of started wanting to learn how to sing.
Can you explain just for the viewers real quick that you actually do sing?
I do sing.
You do sing.
I do sing.
And please do go listen to Vidal on Spotify.
Let's rather not do that. Please. I get really uncomfortable with this.
You do really uncomfortable. So I'm gonna do it for you.
But that's why I could never be a musician. I could imagine me doing a fucking John Bellion type interview with like Zach fucking whoever the fuck his name. Be like, so your new album's good, and I'm like, yes,
I think it's fine.
I guess it's okay. Well, thank you. I worked really hard on it.
I remember
never
calling you from Japan. We've been friends.
That's a core memory for me too. I'll never forget that.
I just because I listened to his song while being.
It's like 8 p.m. here, so it is late for you.
Yeah, it was like 4 a.m. I was drunk as fuck, and I listened to one specific song of yours. It was Rain.
Yeah, no,
you don't remember?
I remember this. This is a core memory for me.
And I called in and I'm like, bro, this song is insane. Why don't you promote it, push it? And he's like, no, it's okay. It's not that.
It's not that. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I wrote in 2019 when I was sad. You know
you get uncomfortable whenever you just go.
Dude, one of the worst things I tried recently was having to drive with a colleague that I'm not that close with who asked me to play some of my music because I vaguely, randomly mentioned that I had done a concert at like a concert place in Copenhagen. And he was like, oh my God, you do music? I'm like, fuck. No. I have like I have a couple songs out, and I put it on this fucking Tesla screen, and we hear it. He turns it up to 120%, and I'm just so. I want to rip the hair that I don't have out of my head. You know.
But if you feel like that, just in a one-on-one when someone talks about your music, how was it on stage? Because you've done that in America.
That was so fine. I had so many beers.
But how does that work? How are you fine in front of 100 people? But you're not good on a one-on-one.
Because one-on-one is so much more personal. It's the same reason you can go. Okay. Let's view it the opposite of like when you're on a stage with 30 people, singing like San Lucia, whatever the fuck, right? It's so much less personal because you're a lot of people, right?
Facts. Yeah.
It's the exact same feeling for me. I'm just doing it to more people instead of doing it to one person.
But the one difference is if I'm doing it with 30 people, there's no direct focus on me. While as no matter what, there's direct focus on you.
Yeah.
That's what scares me personally. If I was to perform, it wouldn't scare me enough to not do it, but it would definitely like I'd be nervous. I mean, butterflies.
I was nervous as fuck. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I would shit myself. Quite literally.
That's the only thing that would push me.
I changed underwear 3 times.
It pushed me enough to like not want to do it because like, oh my god, there's so much focus on me. That's maybe a little bit too much. Because
but it's
like one person is fine, 100 of them all looking at me and judging.
But it's a mixture of like some of the shit you work hard for. Some of the shit, like I worked hard on these songs and I do want to play them for people.
Yeah.
And the main thing is, I mean, the place that I played, I didn't get paid, right?
Right. That was for high.
It was in Rust.
It was in what?
Rust.
Oh, is that that's a
it's
venue.
Like a venue. It's like a venue.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I played there and they paid you in beer.
Fine.
So I drank way too much before going on stage. I was fucking hammered. I'm like, I go up there. What's up, everybody? We're about to play some music.
We're about to play some goddamn music.
And I'm like,
and then you just lock in. You just lock in the sync clearly after that.
I somehow did. I don't know. People said it was good, but also the trick is that people like. I guess you don't know if you don't go on stage. You can't see the audience.
Yeah, if you have the spotlight on
you do have light, even in a venue that it was 150 people, so it's not like a big venue, but it's still a bunch of people. You still couldn't fucking see shit.
Because that helps not being able to see people.
Infinitely helps. Are you crazy? Looking at 100 faces, that'd be terrifying. You can't see shit.
Exactly. What would terrify me is looking at the faces of the people that I'm performing for, and then just them shifting eyes. Like like look at that.
So all I'm saying is get ready for the BingeCast podcast tour that'll happen in like 3 years.
Yeah, the live one.
We'll clip this and use that as a promo when that happens.
No, but the thing is, I can push myself. Like, I'll be nervous the first 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes. The first 5 minutes.
We'll both have musical numbers doing it.
What?
We'll both have musical numbers doing the BingeCast.
We won't have musical numbers. What am I going to do? Trap music?
Oh, shit. Actually. Okay, quick technical issue. Camera died. But we're back. We're fucking alive.
Technical difficulties, but we back, baby.
I mean, all we did was basically talk for 5 minutes about how cool I am and how not cool you are. So we're going to just move swiftly onto the binge corner, sorry.
The binge corner, right.
Because Wade doesn't want to talk about it anymore, unfortunately.
Even though I don't about women anymore. I'm afraid of women.
I was enjoying it, that's all I'm saying. I was thoroughly enjoying it. But no, so we're going to do that. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Binge Corner.
Full movie spoilers ahead.
It's such a good melody.
It is, yeah.
I fuck with the melody.
We gotta do we gotta figure it out on piano or something.
Yeah, we'll do it.
But yeah, no.
Anyways,
so this week
of
another Binge Corner, we got suggestions.
What?
We got suggestions and answers. We got one of them that I've been watching called Secrets We Keep. Which in Danish is called reservatet.
Which is a whole different...
Oh, completely. Thing. But it is about secrets.
The reserve is what it's called.
Yeah, but that's
But it sounds too racist. It sounds too fucked.
Does
in English.
The reserve? This just sounds like a military movie. We got the 9th Battalion, the reserve going out to the war.
Really?
Yeah. That's
what I was thinking the reserve. No. Because reservatet means the reserve as in... But
like, I don't think it has the same meaning.
Like Indian American reserves?
Yeah, no, maybe you're right, yeah.
Native American. Why did I say Indian American? Sorry. That's because in Danish it's called Indiana.
Which is probably also bad. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's not another Danish equivalent of it.
I guess there's not. I don't know.
There's not. Say Native American in Danish. Yeah, that's right. There's only Indiana.
That's you. I don't know.
Inford.
I feel that.
That's you.
Actually, no. I feel like that's what they called them back in like school.
The inford. But that sounds also colonizate. Like that's just a colonizer word.
I mean, yes, it is. It's like, hey, we got here and some people here already.
No, the native sounds better, but in Danish, it's like maybe it's because I watched some fucking Danish show back when I was younger. They're like the inford.
Maybe I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I definitely didn't watch that,
but yeah,
I watched way more racist shit when I was a kid.
So the reserve /
Secrets We Keep. It's actually, I read that it is one of the most streamed, if not the most streamed thing on Netflix right now.
Yeah, it's in the top 10. Or it was when
but not just Denmark. Like
there's no way.
No, it has breached. I read that somewhere.
So it's top 10
Secrets,
worldwide.
We at least Europe. Secrets we keep Netflix
Stats. Top 10. Because I saw
Netflix new mystery thriller.
With the AI answer, I think
is one of the best binge watches of 2025 so far, and it's already crashed the top 10. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the top 10 in Netflix. You know how they have top 10 series, top 10 movies?
Well, I mean, obviously yes, but what I'm saying is that it's more than just Denmark. Like this is Tom's Guide, which is an American website.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so it cracked there too.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's big for Denmark.
It is big. I mean, we did the same shit with The Rain. It also became pretty fucking
The Rain
big.
was the worst series
I mean, I haven't seen it, but
I saw like 2 episodes. I was done with it.
You know, but it also became pretty big, for being real.
Yeah.
But no, like Secrets We Keep is apparently like a very, hard hitter. And I won't lie to you, I think it's a great show.
It's an amazing
I have
show.
issues with it, big issues with it, but it's a great show.
Let's give a bit of a synopsis.
It is about this very, very fortunate upper class of Denmark, which obviously I think most Americans have a completely different idea of what that is, because it is not fucking Jeff Bezos. But it is the closest thing that we get to Jeff Bezos. Which
Maersk, which is I don't even know how you say that in English, but that is Maersk. That's like the biggest shipper worldwide,
and he's still nowhere near to Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos. Yeah,
which is what I'm saying. Our top 0.1% is so different from their top 0.
I mean, true.
So,
but a billionaire is a billionaire. At the end of the day.
But he was whatever. He was worth like 100 million, I think, Danish.
Really? Only?
Yeah.
I think he was a billionaire, wasn't he?
No, I don't know.
Because he was okay. So the thing is, he was the AP Møller of Denmark, which is
I suppose
like a portrayal of him.
Yeah, it was just a portrayal of like a very, very rich person.
Yeah,
in Denmark.
extremely rich.
So it's about this 2 families. Well, it is about one family specifically. Like one woman is the main character, but it's about 2 families that live next to each other.
Gotcha.
And they both have a kid who are the same ages, who grow up together and are like friends by
growing up together, upbringing.
Friends by upbringing,
neighbors,
and they're very different in a lot of senses, but they're also both upper middle class, upper class.
One of them is a quiet kid that doesn't really. He's a quiet, innocent kid.
Yes.
While the other one is a very much not outgoing, but a bit sociopathic and doesn't really care about other people.
At least
and knows how to manipulate.
Without saying too many spoilers, yes, that's 100% what he is. And the show is generally about how they live their life, I guess. And then an au pair, which is in Denmark is because au pair as a thing. I've had friends that done au pair.
Yeah, in America, same.
Yeah. Who is like you go abroad for a couple months.
And then you work for family.
You work for you help with the kids, you help around the house, you do the things. But there are certain au pairs in Denmark has like this stigma of a lot of East Asians,
Southeast Asians. Yeah. Like a lot of Filipinos and Thai
come to Denmark to do like 2 years of au pair work, where they make probably a
lot of money they can send back to the family
compared to what they could make at home and stuff like that. And the series is kind of just about how one of the au pairs to one of the families mysteriously die. Or disappear, actually.
She disappears.
Yes.
For like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So it's pretty, assumed very quickly on that they're not coming back. But yeah, it's I don't know. I was fucking hooked. I was hooked.
Yeah, I binged the fuck out of that.
I sat down with someone and we were like, we'll watch one episode. It's like 10 p.m. We're like, we'll watch one episode and then probably start heading to bed-ish. We watched the entire thing and it was like 1 a.m. we were done, like 2 a.m. we were done, and we're just like, oh my god, we had to keep going, and we kept like speculating who's the killer, who's not
what's
the killer,
happening here, was it this person, was it that person, like is it racism or is it just
exactly
what happened here, especially with like it did show a part of Denmark that I'm not really like
familiar
with.
Oh, that's the funny. I'm very familiar with this part of Denmark.
Yeah, because I'm not because I'm like, wow, this whole side of Denmark where there's just foreign au pairs that have different reasons to come.
Yeah,
whether it's legal or illegal even, And
I think most of it's legal.
Most of them are legal.
It's like a whole program.
But there were some of them that were illegal in the series. Where it's like, let's not. We don't want cops involved because of the fact that they didn't want to get spotted.
Yeah.
And like that whole thing about them being, in the show, I would say it very much is. It's paid work to the point where it's kind of gets compared with slavery, but like in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's not really slavery, but it's like, they look down.
I think
on these Southeast Asian people.
Yes.
They use them for work.
They
pay them cheap.
That's the big contrast, right, between the two families. Because one of the families actually don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
And one of the families very much do.
Yeah, exactly. One of them looks down, spits on them, and the other one just treats them like family.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
the idea of au pair, is that you just get an additional favor. Kind of like me going on exchange. That's what it is.
Exactly.
You become a part of the family for a certain amount of time.
But it's a very specific dynamic. It's more specific than because I know I have some friends who have gone to America and been au pairs for rich families there.
Yeah.
But it's very different when it's from a poor wealthy country to wealthy country compared to a poor country to a wealthy country, right?
Yes.
It's a very different dynamic.
Big time.
Like and that dynamic I didn't know existed in Denmark. Not that much. Like I know there's a lot of Thai people in Denmark because that exists. Like that was a big thing 30 years ago, where people would either import wives, like import wives, or just import a lot of Thai au pairs. But I guess now currently it's a lot of Filipinos.
I mean, they do that in the show, right? Like at some point they talk to Ruby, who's one of the main characters. Yeah. They're like you only have I think a year left or something. You need to find a husband. Yeah, as if that's like the whole point they're coming here. Where she's like, I have a son at home. I'm like,
that's because of there's one woman in the series that owns a restaurant.
Yeah,
like a Filipino restaurant with her Danish husband.
Yes,
that she ended up marrying when she was there as an au pair, and that's obviously a strat to just live in a better country and send more money back home.
Yeah, no,
like any immigrant fucking story ever, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had a friend who had an au pair.
You had a friend who had an au pair.
Yeah.
Damn, you had a rich ass friend.
I still have a rich ass friend. I was a broke boy among them. I still can't go on their fucking weekend vacations, but like they still do it.
Yeah, because you did grow up in a very upper middle class place.
I did big time. My parents good job on buying that one home very early on. But so I remember coming home and like he had his au pair. She was so sweet. She was so wonderful. She didn't speak a fucking lick of Danish. We just speak a lick of English.
That's so... I couldn't imagine, man. It's got to be so hard. Like working in a home where you can speak to the people other than in English? Yeah,
exactly. But she was so sweet. She always got Thai boxes for us.
Oh.
Yeah. And I remember that so fondly of like her just putting it in my... I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, I only get these when I'm here. I'm like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah, you tied that to her.
Exactly. Yeah. Because she was always the one that came with them. And it probably... She had nothing to do with why they were there. Yeah. But she was just so nice to bring out the Thai boxes for us and like made that a whole thing.
See, that's the thing.
Every time I taste a Penang curry, I just get right back into my friend's basement. We're playing fucking Sly Cooper on the PlayStation, and she brings us the Thai boxes, and I just good
memories,
and big time memories. And from what I knew, they treated her well. But that's kind of like one of the arguments of the series is that not all people do that, right?
Yeah, because no matter what, that's personally, I think I would never be able to have a au pair. Like even if I get rich, have a lot of money, I wouldn't be able to, because especially from a poor country, because the disparity is so big that I feel uncomfortable having her wash my clothes, do my stuff for me.
But that's also the thing. Is that
just uncomfortable.
As far as they're technically not allowed to do that. Technically. They're allowed to help with your kids, and that's why they're there.
Is that why I know?
Yeah.
Is au pair a babysitter?
There are rules. Yeah, they're a babysitter.
Oh.
There are rules, but they're a lot loose.
I thought it was just another French word for maid.
No, she is not a maid.
Oh, she's not a maid.
Technically, there are very certain rules that you need to have, which is why in the show it's a whole thing that she has a kid and stuff. Because there are certain rules that you need to follow, which a lot of people don't do.
But I remember, we're gonna spoil this little bit about the series.
Before every binge corner, I'm just starting to put like a spoiler alert for certain shows.
But there was a point where she was getting she was close with the kid, right?
Yes,
and the mother was a bit disconnected because of some trauma and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then, if the whole point of her is watching the kid. Why would the mother then be so dissatisfied that she got so close to the kid?
Because I don't think that's crazy. I think
I don't think it's crazy, but like you if you hire, because I thought an au pair was just a maid.
No, they're technically they shouldn't be
because she did everything. She cleaned the house. She cooked the food. She did this. She did that.
She shouldn't be doing all that.
She did everything.
Yeah, she shouldn't be doing all that. I think a lot of them are happy to. I would assume because it's still good money and like if the family treats them right, like it's again, something to do. That's
why the disparity is so weird, because you can just tell them to do stuff and they'll do it because they want the money anyways.
Exactly,
and that's where like I would feel so I could never.
I don't know. I mean, I personally, I don't even want kids. So like, I would never be in a place where that would make sense. But I think I could have one, and I think I would. Treat
there would be family if I had one.
Exactly.
That's and their family would be my family, so I'd end up sending money to their parents, or anything.
I would treat them exactly like my family when I went to America treated me. Right? Like you're just a part of this now. You know?
Yeah. I think that's the only right way to do it. But it just because of that existing, it's so easy to just have a lower person in status just working for you. Yeah. And that's just,
weird.
It's not slavery, but it's like it's basically like, what do you call it?
Well, it's just a monetary relationship, right?
It is a monetary relationship, but you pay them dog shit from what you have. Like, you don't care about what you're paying them. For them, it's big money, but you pay them dog shit and then you treat them like dog shit.
Yeah.
And
which is what one of the families does.
Which one of the families does.
Yeah.
And
that's a whole thing.
That's a whole thing. And then the mystery about her disappearing and ends up with a big boom.
Who did it? Who didn't do it? So
exactly.
Throughout the show, they do it well. I will say, me and the person I was watching it with, we kept like betting almost on like who was doing it, and we kept switching and stuff. And then we're like, oh, it's this person.
But that's the excitement.
And then we're like, no, it's too obvious. And there's that. But we ended up betting on two different people at the end, and I was right.
Oh shit! Really?
And I was right. So
I feel like the conclusion was pretty easy to make. Second last episode,
I called the person from the second I saw him.
Oh well, then you called the wrong person then.
No. From the second, facts. Okay. Well, no. Okay. Let me.
You just realized you're wrong.
No. I didn't call necessarily who killed them, but who did the issue. Like, the moment we found out that was the issue gonna be that. I was like, it's this person.
Oh, okay. So you didn't bet on who killed.
No, we also did that. And that I did get wrong because I thought it was the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
So that I did. I got like 50%.
Until this, that's why I did like the series. They did. Plot twist usually doesn't work on me. Like, usually. Plot twists are very predictable in most movies. 100%. But this one was a little bit, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like they were setting up. You didn't think that they set it up for a second season, but I'm pretty fucking sure they did.
I'm not saying they didn't set it up for second season, because I agree with you. I just don't think it would work. It's more.
It wouldn't be better. That's right. You did say that.
I don't think it would be good with the second season. They can definitely do one. I just don't think it's necessary.
It is not necessary. Like, it's a good one season.
It's a really
of a story.
good one season limited show.
Yeah,
it's a very good limited.
It's a good story, and we can just end it at that.
Exactly, and you can end up thinking these million different things, and I think some media actually kind of deserves that sometimes. It's like,
of course,
because it gives you a lot of questions, and I like that.
And it gives you like, okay, how they're gonna live with what happened.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This and that,
exactly.
And blah, blah, blah.
Instead of us having to see it, which they're 100% gonna do, because there's definitely, like, with the
money they made,
100% there's gonna be a new season. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be dull.
It might suck, but it might be a banger, even because they're gonna create new ideas. There's gonna
because the producer again, they did a good job with the first season, so maybe they do a good job with the second season. You never fucking know. At the end of the day, I feel like binge rating wise, it would honestly have to be very high. It would have to be very high, because we couldn't stop it. We literally could not stop when we started watching.
I mean, I watched it the whole way through.
Exactly.
As soon as I started watching.
Exactly. So binge wise, it has to be high.
I say we on 3, 2, 1. We say the binge rating we want to give it, and then we mediate on it.
So we do it 3, 2, 1. Say.
Yeah. Okay. You ready?
3, 2, 1. 9.5.
Oh wow, 9.5.
No, we couldn't stop. That is why it's so high for me, is that we literally tried to go to bed, and then we like went to bed, and then 5 minutes later we're like, we gotta get back. Like we left the screen, we turned off everything, we went to bed, went to go to sleep.
That's crazy. You're like going to bed and you're like, damn, now we gotta watch more. We gotta watch more.
Exactly, we did that. That's why I have to give it so high. Do I think it's the best show ever? No. But the bingeability of that show is amazing.
I mean, I'm only saying 8 because
I don't think 8's unfair.
Yeah.
I think 8's fine. It's
Yeah.
just like because that happened with me and the person I was watching with. I have to give it unfairly high because we
I think that's
left,
almost a 10.
We left the bed
Exactly. Like if you go with your girlfriend, you go to the bed and then you're like
exactly. But it's a 9.5. That's why because it's not a 10.
Why don't you want to give it a 10?
Because I want the show to be that better. Like there's more to it.
That's the reason why I'm giving it an 8.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it did get a bit slow in some parts. I wasn't captivated throughout the whole series. I've done that with very few shows.
But you watched it alone, right?
I did.
I will say watching it with someone gave it a lot because whenever it became slow, we
call me lonely one more time.
Exactly, bitch. but see my point, right? More than anything, right? Like you're watching something. So whenever it became slow, we started like betting. So that's when we started being like
any thriller or any like mystery show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's better to watch as a couple. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh my, I think who done
it?
Yeah, who done did it?
Who done did it? The motherfucker.
But amazing show nonetheless.
Yeah.
And
so you give it an 8.
I give it an 8.
9.5. That's what like the 8.5, I guess, in average.
Oh, in average now we don't need to do average.
No,
but fine. I was more like if we do have completely different, like if I was saying 5,
2,
and you, if I said 4 and you said 8, then
I don't think it's crazy. I would be fine with 8.5 if we have to meet in the middle.
Yeah,
I would be fine with that.
Yeah, but it is around 8.5. No matter what, it's high on bingeability, and it's a good show. It. Me personally, it does get slow sometimes, but the slowness doesn't stop you from watching it because you're so enthralled in finding out what happened.
True, and it is a big mystery. There is another show though that we kind of watched some of. I watched the vast majority. Unless do you want to have your binge?
No.
Okay.
We're doing this.
So there's another show that we have been watching. We watched 2 episodes together, and it's a little bit ago because we had some scheduling issues. So this episode is gonna record
a little bit of a mashup.
A little bit of a mashup. And we watched a show called Virgin Island,
which you showed me.
I mean,
personally,
people are gonna see that on the episode that comes out today when we're filming, technically, because we need to fix that afterwards.
Right,
it is uploaded. We just need a thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
And like a title and shit. But I tried to do the best fucking segue, and you cut me down like a dog.
Really?
Because yeah.
Really?
Yeah. On the last episode, I have the best because we're talking about WoW players, and I'm like, I got a good fucking segue in my head, and I start saying it, and you're like, so thanks for this time, guys, because I gotta pee. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had from WoW to Virgins, I had the banger in it, and you're just like,
brother, I had to pee.
I mean, I get it. It's fine.
I mean, the next time I'll let you go with the segue you have, and then I'll just pee right here.
Yeah. No. Eddie already did that. I don't want to fucking have to clean this shit again, But Virgin Island is honestly, I'm not a reality guy. Are you a reality guy?
Depends if it's real reality, such as Spectrum, Love on the Spectrum.
I was going to talk about that next week. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
that might
we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah,
because
it's such a good show.
Series.
I love that show so much with all of my heart.
But that is the kind of reality show that I like because there's more realness to it.
Yeah, it feels real.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
And this one definitely is well Virgin Island.
And that's what I was going to say. That's what I like about it. Because like if you watch, I don't want to say Paradise because no one except people in the Scandics know what that is. But like
Paradise is Love Island basically.
Love Island, sure.
Yeah.
All of them feel so staged and fake,
scripted,
and overly dramatic in those senses. Where Virgin Island is possibly the craziest fucking reality show I've ever seen in my life. It's insane.
It is.
People
really.
have straight up sex on camera and not in the weird fucking.
I mean, not on camera, but they have sex. And then,
obviously,
then the camera pans towards their feet.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Yes, they do love feet in that show.
There's a lot of fucking feet.
And I personally felt very uncomfortable throughout all of that. But it's they talk a lot about sex, and they do the different stages of like they get 12, I think.
You watched the first, just to clarify.
Yes.
You watched the first half.
Yes,
and then I came in. When we filmed the last episode.
We had to film the last episode,
yeah.
and I told him I have to watch the rest of this.
Yeah, you have to watch the rest of the episode. And then we watched the rest of the episode together. Yeah. I was like, we're watching the whole thing right now.
Yeah.
And then we watched the rest of the season.
Yeah, we did. And dude,
Because it was a banger.
It was honestly a banger. It was honestly so fun. But it was real. But they invite 12 virgins of differing scales, and by that I mean some people are virgins for
Reddit
some
mod,
reasons, and some people are Reddit mods, for example,
Exactly.
who don't leave the basement, and this is why they're there. And it's funny because the person who is the most like, I'm so ready to lose my virginity, he doesn't do it. He doesn't lose his virginity.
Wait, was there a person who was like that? Was that the guy?
That's a Reddit mod. The Reddit mod.
Yeah.
The Reddit mod was so ready to be like, I'm so ready to come out of my shell, and it was just weird. And
He came in like, I want to fuck.
Exactly.
For free.
And everyone
With no
else.
effort.
And it's so funny because he was so like, I want to fuck. And everyone else was like, I actually feel super uncomfortable with this whole thing. And not him specifically, but they felt uncomfortable with sex. Like they clearly had some things to get over.
They were so weirded out by like, because they were virgins for so long.
Yeah.
They felt uncomfortable with intimacy.
Yeah, big time.
And it felt real because of the fact that they had these problems and there were underlying reasons.
Yeah.
Some everything made sense.
Some people had, some more, you would think, what's the word for that? But you would think expectable reasons on why they maybe felt that they were uncomfortable. And some people were just like, I feel ugly.
Yeah.
Then some
that was
people,
most of it. It's mostly insecurities.
a lot of insecurities.
Yeah. A lot of insecurities.
Some other people had some very, very more reasonable traumas.
Yeah, deep trauma.
On why they were, and they obviously didn't.
And then there's a Reddit mod who's just a fucking dickhead with too much courage and not enough self-awareness.
Even because they had these therapists, right?
Yeah.
And they, one of them was called, what was it called? A something sexual therapist. Something. I forgot what the actual word for it is.
Well, a sexual therapist.
Yeah, they had a bunch of different. They had like
that different
big team of therapists.
But are you talking about the one that had the intimacy? Trainer
the people that could have sex with the contestants.
Yeah, so we'll call them intimacy therapists.
Sure.
Yeah.
They had like an actual title that I do feel bad.
Sex coach.
No. They had like an actual title of like an education or whatever. But yes, the intimacy fucking
the sex coach.
The sex coaches. Sure, the sex coaches. They could have actual sex with the contestants.
Yeah.
But only through. A
lot of steps.
The actual steps of a relationship. Mm-hmm. It had to be. It had to be done naturally.
Yeah, I was weirded out by the whole. Just before we go to that end point.
Yeah,
that's the climax point, right?
Yes.
The climax is them actually having sex.
Yeah, and only not all of them get sex.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, only not even a couple of them did.
Technically, only one.
Technically, only one. Was it only one?
1.5.
1.5.
The one guy, he kind of before even getting to.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He came before he hit third base, and then he came.
Exactly. And now you're laughing at it. So now he's gonna feel horrible.
But listen, at the end of the day, the show is also entertainment because it's so surreal for most people. It is
entertainment, but I felt with a lot of the characters.
Definitely
because they felt so real. They were not the typical Love Island, handsome, beautiful, whatever.
The fact that they put themselves out there,
100%.
Hey. Props to them.
I mean, two of the people throughout the show. One of the people realized they might be trans.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and another one of the
one of them went from bi to gay. Right?
Exactly. One of them came on the show being like, I'm bisexual, and then throughout the time with the coaches and the therapist being like, okay, maybe I
only like women.
Maybe I actually only like women.
Maybe I don't want dick at all.
Yeah, at all. She was so afraid. Every time there was a man close to her, she would like start crying.
Yeah,
like there's some stuff here that maybe it's just not your thing.
Exactly. And that's okay. The pressure of her wanting to lose her virginity. She was like, I have to lose it to a man.
Yes.
But then she figured out, I actually
only
you don't.
Like women. That's a weird societal thing that you don't have to do,
Yeah, exactly. But the show is interesting in all capacities.
It's so many capacities.
Yeah.
And it's not a hee ha show. There are certain funny moments, but there are way more uncomfortable moments.
There's so many
more uncomfortable moments. It's a rough watch in many senses.
Like me myself, I love watching cringe clips, even though I hate it because I'm like,
yeah.
But it's not cringe in like I cringe them.
Some of it is. So some of it genuinely is. But
most of them is like I couldn't imagine being in a situation like that. Like being like the coach stuff. Like, hey, let's practice intimacy. And then it's like, touch me here. And then they wrote, like an NPC, they start touching right here.
Yeah, because it's just so foreign.
Like, exactly, because for me, like, and for most people, I'm
For
guessing,
me, I'll be grabbing titties all over.
for me, I'm just... No, but it's like, it's all natural. It's like, it's instinct. The first time I had sex, it was just like, you just, okay, but I do this, I do that. But the first time that I personally lost my virginity...
The first time you lost it, not the second one.
Yeah, not the first time. The first time and the only time.
Of course.
I remember when we were done. I did the stereotypical. We're both like, sweaty, done, laying side by side. And I was like,
how'd you like it?
No. I was like, that was good, wasn't it? That was crazy though.
Like, I mean, I'm not. Well, I don't fully remember mine because it's fucking so long. I'm old, but like I probably did the same. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I just did the stereotypical thing. I was 18. You know?
Same.
So she, she said, "Oh yeah." Like it completely. I loved that. Oh my god,
that was wonderful.
Yeah. Skip to 7 months after. I was like. Compared to now, like, how was my first time? She was like, that was fucking shit.
Yeah, like, of course the first time shit.
She was like, bro, you've increased. Like, you know how to rock the boat now.
But imagine if they were like, no, the first time was so much better. You'd be like, am I degrading? Am I just like fucking barely down?
But that was what I expected. I was like, because now it's just casual sex. And if the first time I was like, I'm doing my all.
No one knows what they're doing.
I'm doing my all.
And that's kind of the beauty of it, right? Like no one knows what they're doing.
No one knows what they're doing.
Exactly. And where all these people on the show, they're like actually clueless.
They're like 10 levels below that, and then try to do it. And that's why.
And I think it's because it's been so long, right? Like, because some of these people are in their 30s.
Yeah, 30s, 20, a lot of mid 20s.
A lot of mid to late 20s, and like from like 25 to 32, I think the age range was.
Okay.
And like they were clueless, which. Understandably,
but I just don't get the cluelessness because no matter what, I feel like instinct.
Because I think you get two in your head eventually. Eventually, it just like.
But with instincts,
I don't think we can relate, but I think we just get too like you would get too in your head about the whole thing, and then it becomes like a pressure thing, and then you watch too much porn or whatever, and then that becomes like your reality of it. I don't know.
I mean that has to be the reason. Because as soon as I went in, I wasn't even thinking. I was just like autopilot because I was fucking horny.
It's same, probably
so pure autopilot.
Yeah, God wouldn't know. Well, God doesn't see. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, bingeability wise, where are we at? What are you thinking?
Oh, I wanted to. If we started on the first episode, I think we wouldn't have done the podcast that day. So I'm gonna give that a strong 9.
How?
Like the day we watched the Virgin Island one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No. Okay.
You with me?
So,
with me?
Yeah.
You got me?
Sorry, I had to. Yeah. So if we started the first episode when you came.
Yeah,
we would have.
Exactly, because how far were you into it? Like 5th?
I was missing 2 episodes when you came.
Yeah, so it's like 6, and then there was 8.
There are 6 episodes in total, I think. I watched, and I'm not kidding you. I watched the 4 episodes before you came.
Exactly.
Yeah, I started that morning, and then I continued the entire thing, and then you came, and I'm like, I would have to watch this.
So it's like, if you started the first one, we would have watched the whole thing and not done the podcast.
You're 100% right. So you said what?
A 9.
A 9.
I'm giving it a higher in Secret Keep because it's a shorter series.
It is. Yeah, I guess it is.
Kind of, and it's just like watching people in a reality show that is actually like interesting and you're enthralled with it. That's way more than a series. A series, you're watching a story. Whereas here, you're watching real people try to do stuff. That's like watching like YouTube videos.
No, yeah, sure.
Type shit.
Sure.
So
I mean, one of them's like, "Hey, he's Mr. Beast."
yeah. That's a very like scripted thing, kind of.
They didn't do that.
Yeah, but like it's like watching a vlog of people trying to.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah,
I fully agree with you.
Yeah,
and I think an 8 is you can get a 9 even.
I give it a 9,
which is crazy.
Because I was
thinking 8. I was thinking 8.
I was locked in. And I started rooting.
I was too.
I watched the half episode. And I was like, I'm rooting for this guy. I like this guy. This guy.
Yeah.
Come on, lose your
virginity. Which is funny because I have a note here that says Jason is perfect, and that's because Jason was the most wholesome little guy, and I loved him.
Jason? I forgot the names.
He was the guy that a little too early.
Oh yeah.
He was such a sweetheart. He was just clearly uncomfortable and very jokey and like.
But he pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
He pissed you off.
He pissed me off.
I get that.
Because it's like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
no,
come on.
I agree.
Because there was a part where he was like, compared to the other guy who was also uncomfortable, but he grew with it, and then he became.
There was one guy who came in and you didn't hear shit about him. For
Yeah,
the first,
he was completely uncomfortable,
and they keep telling that they're like, this guy was so shy, he didn't talk at all, and then he's the only guy that actually manages to lose his virginity there because he is naturally charming and funny and attractive, but he just had it so hidden.
No, he also have. The main thing is growth.
Yes, he grew, and like I honestly, a lot of them did. Yeah,
a lot of them did grow in different aspects.
Yeah,
like,
and in different levels.
Yeah, at different levels. Like for example, how that fucking that Reddit mod, he regressed throughout the whole series.
He did.
And then the last episode, he grew a little tiny bit, and then he said, "You know what? I just need to be more comfortable with this and that." It's like, okay, he saw something fine or something good. He found a goal, but at the end of the day, you got problems, my man.
I mean, he just he did have problems.
Mind you, he's not actually a Reddit mod, but he has that tipping fedora like attitude.
Yeah.
He's definitely that kind of guy.
Too much.
Yeah, he just wants pussy.
Yeah, he
doesn't want to work for it.
No, he does not want to.
He doesn't want to work for it.
He got so excited when he heard that there was the sex therapist or the intimacy therapist, whatever you call him. He got too excited where everyone else.
It got
like
kind of
bad. It just got
sexually assaulty, rapey.
It was
disgusting.
It's not good. It's not good.
It was bad. It was bad.
But yeah, so shows him 5. Kidding.
Math.
5.
So you give it an 8.5. I give it a 9.
8.5. Yeah.
So
honestly, I think
that's version 9. That's a little bit side bit, but the main one was Secrets We Keep.
Yes.
That was the banger one.
Yeah.
Please do watch that. Support the Danish film industry, and please
big time. We love the Danes. It was so very quick. It was so funny watching Lars Rante, the guy that plays the really rich guy.
Yeah,
because
I love him.
He always plays funny roles.
Yeah,
and this time he was a very serious.
But
role.
it was so funny when he got mad. He was like, I want to say it in Danish, but like, shut the fuck up! I don't want to hear about that. I'm gonna go do work now. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that. But he
exactly.
did, in that day, it was so fucking funny. It was
good,
perfect.
But
Legendary
support that. I don't like supporting Netflix. I mean, maybe support Netflix. I don't fucking know. Doesn't fucking matter. Politics, whatever the fuck. Either
politics.
way, follow
Watch
us
the
on
show.
Fucking Patreon. Pay us on Patreon, I suppose.
Watch us on Spotify. Or listen to us on Spotify.
Actually, yeah. If you go on the Spotify, you click our BingeCast. It's in the description. Please rate us 5 stars or 4. You know, anything.
Rate us what you think, but we know it's going to be a 5 anyway.
Obviously.
So please do.
Yeah, please. He's a lot more confident than me. Let's go.
And then that ends the 11th episode of the BingeCast.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys.